Do you need to pay much attention to up on the bank when you're fishing? Hey, good morning, guys and girls. It's another beautiful April 3rd morning, and I guarantee you, this is the time of the year that we all love. I mean, we just really all love this time of the year. It's just absolutely fantastic. Got the flowers growing everywhere, the water's warming up, the fish are biting. It's absolutely fantastic. Before we read today's catch of the day, let me remind you, if you haven't subscribed to Jimmy Houston Outdoors YouTube, hit that subscribe button right now. Hit that little bell. It'll notify you every time we post a video. And we post over 500 videos a year on Jimmy Houston Outdoors. April the 3rd, our catch of the day reading is from Romans 12:2. Romans 12:2, be changed within by a new way of thinking. That's tying your heart and your head and your soul together. Be changed within by a new way of thinking. Well, that's a lot from God right there. That's in Romans 12:2. If, like me, you fish for more years than most other people have lived, you've gained a lot of knowledge and a lot of skill about this fishing game. But this vast amount of experience and know-how can also be a trap. How's that? It's because we can't keep up if we're not continually learning new techniques and skills both off and on the water. Y'all know that I've spent a lot of time trying to learn all I can learn about a Garmin Panoptic Live Scope, where I can learn what I'm looking at when I'm looking at that screen, basically video game fishing, and try and determine, is that a bass, is that a crappie, is that a white bass, is that a catfish, is that a carp or a gar? What is that I'm looking at? Is that a school of shad, a school of crappie? I spent a lot of time. It's continually learning new techniques and skills both on and off the water. Similarly, most of us have been Christians for a long, long time. Some of us are growing daily, while others of us are stagnant as a half-dry creek bed in August. Gradually, we become like the rest of the world, living our lives no differently than non-Christians do. Some of the things that we wouldn't think about doing, some of the thoughts we wouldn't think about thinking, we have them just like everybody else who's not saved does. Here's the deal. It's really important to read God's Word and to talk to Him every single day. This allows God to continually transform us into the kind of people that He wants us to be. If we allow Him to transform us into the kind of people that He wants us to be, we're going to be the kind of people that our wife or husband wants us to be. We're going to be the kind of people that our kids wants us to be. We're going to be the kind of employees that our bosses want us to be. We're going to be the kind of people that our friends want us to be. So we want to be the kind of people that God will transform us into being. And He transforms that through our heart and soul, and it goes into our thinking. Wow, that's cool. Here's our tip for today. Search out clay or mud banks with visible crawdad holes. Remember I said in our tease, should you be looking at the bank? Absolutely, you should be looking at the bank. And one of the things you should be looking for is clay banks. If you can find some clay banks, and a lot of our water in the south has got a lot of clay banks. You used to find clay banks, or even if it's not clay banks, it's just regular old banks. We don't really have necessarily a lot of clay here in southeastern Oklahoma. But if you're going down a bank, start looking for crawfish holes. If you see crawdad holes, it's an area that's got a lot of crawdads. An area that's got a lot of crawdads, crawfish they call them in Louisiana, will also have a lot of fish, because that's one of the prime things that fish like to eat. They are just like you and me. They love the taste of crawfish. The only thing, they eat the whole thing. They don't just suck the head and eat the tail. They eat the whole thing, head and tail, features, everything. They get it all. I don't know how many times I catch bass. In fact, I catch them all year long everywhere I go, because I continually search out areas where crawfish are living. And you'll see two little whiskers or pinchers, the end of pinchers, sticking out of a bass's throat where he swallowed those crawfish. They swallow them from the tail down, by the way. So that's where you want your hook, in the tail of a plastic or soft plastic crawfish. Okay, be changed within by a new way of thinking. Guys and girls, it's spring. Go out there and have you a great one. I love you.